On here for just a really quick kind of thing, not very long. Just doing a little stream here. Whoops. Let me go back here for a minute. Hold on. I got some interesting things to say as well. One of the things that I want to say is I had this comment in my comment section, and I think it was regarding my One True Patriot build that I brought out not too long ago, and he's like, nice clickbait thumbnail. I'm like, did you not read the title? Like I clearly labeled what the video was about in both the thumbnail and the title. You see a backfire in the background because I'm using that because I like that image. It has to do with, it's something familiar from the Division. In nowhere in that video title do I say it's about the backfire. So I'm kind of scratching my head going, I don't think this guy understands what clickbait is. Clickbait is, let's see. You have a basketball. We'll just use this as an example. Let's say you have a basketball in your hand and that's your thumbnail. Okay. And then you click on the video and it has nothing to do with the basketball. It's cooking. It's a cooking show. That's clickbait. But when it actually refers to the actual thing that, you know what I mean, like the actual game, that's not clickbait. People need to learn the difference between clickbait and not clickbait because it's really annoying. I know many creators that have lots of clickbait fucking things and it has nothing to do with that. Whereas mine they do actually have to do with that. Like they do have to actually do with the video. Oh my god. Where the fuck did they come from? Anyways, that's good, because I didn't want to go against that fat bitch anyways. I would have killed him anyways with my shotgun, but I wasn't worried about that. I was just too involved in talking about stuff. Like, stuff that I get sick of seeing. Or hearing, I should say. And I think it's basically because people need to learn the difference between that, because I think a lot of people don't know that. They just, it's the first thing that they scream when I don't know, like when it's not, when they don't understand things. So they're like, oh, this is, you know, and all, like vaccines, for example. Right? This is a good example of that as well. It just drives me nuts. Okay, so anyways, I was playing around with this striker build that I wanted to try out, and I'm using the pestilence because I like the pestilence. But this shoddy right here is the rock and roll, and that's how I'm going to get to 100 stacks as quick as I can. In order to do that, though, I'm going to have to find out where these guys are. Okay, there's one right there. Okay, I'm not quite at 100 stacks because he wasn't quite close enough to me. However, close enough. Thank you. Oh, I will. Oh.
Rogue striker drone detected. Detected.
This is one of my really powerful striker builds. No, I would use this in the Dark Zone. I would not use this in Conflict. Because Conflict, yeah, the backpack I'm using just wouldn't be viable enough in Conflict to justify it.
Agent requesting backup.
Well, see, that robot, if I can get close enough to it without getting murdered, I might be able to, shit. Robot's coming. I might have just screwed myself here. Oh, fuck off. Get... Oh my god, it's like a fucking vacuum cleaner. Like, I swear to god, when you get hit by one of those fucking grenades, it's like, it sucks you right into the next one. Get out of here, you fucking bum. Get out of here. Night night, bitch. Thank you. Now that grenadier guy is gonna get murdered. I don't know where he is, but I'm gonna find him. I'll find out where he is in a minute. What the hell is going on with my controller? I think I might have to get switch my controller up because I'm getting that little drift. I'm getting that little stick drift. Let's have to mark this controller. I've got 3 controllers. I'm gonna have to mark this one after I'm done with it. I think it might have possible stick drift, which is not good. It means my fucking thing's garbage. That's what that means. I might have to throw her in the garbage. Ah, the fuck out of here. I'll get out of here with that shit. What a bastard. There you go, bastard.
Can't take much more of this.
Why is he in the reload animation again?
I can't move.
Okay, bitch is dead. Alright. Yeah, I hate those grenadiers when they drop the when they start shooting those grenades at you, because I find that when you try to jump out of the way like this, if it hits you while you're jumping, it's almost like it sucks you back this way because it knows that he's going to shoot a second one in the same area. And it just feels like it's pulling you back when it hits you. Which is really stupid, and it shouldn't do that, but... And if they... Alright, worst mistake you fucking ever made. Okay, that's good. Now there's lots of shotguns in this game. But there is none that are going to get you to 100 stacks quicker than this guy. It takes a long time with the other one. I tried the Scorpio with it. I've tried the M870 with it. I've tried the other one with it. I've tried all the shotguns with it. Because what I think is happening is with this gun right here, it's based off of the ACS-12, the rock and roll. I just like this one. I just like using the branded one. Mainly because it has a bigger magazine. 50% magazine capacity is the talent it has, right? Perfectly extra. Mainly because I don't know what it is about this gun when it shoots, like when it shoots one round out of it, it's almost like when the one round hits, because I kind of sort of did the math for this. It's all like when somebody rushes you really close and you hit them, it's like one bullet does like gives you 9 stacks or 8 stacks I think it is that I figured it out to be. Because it takes 15 shots, roughly. It takes 15 shots out of this gun and the mag is 32. So it takes about 15 quick shots to get to 100 stacks. So I think it's like roughly, I think it's like 8 or 7 or something like that. It's quite a bit. For one bullet you're getting like 7 or 8 stacks, roughly. So you can see how quickly you can get to 100 stacks, and other shotguns don't do that. So that's why this one's special. But like any shotgun, you have to be closer, right? Because it's like buckshot, so you want to make sure they all hit. I can't see.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Don't you fucking hit me, you little bitch. See how quickly I'm getting to 100 stacks? Ooh, you little bastard. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? Get this fucking piece of shit. Okay, well, you know what? It's okay, I'm gonna finish this fucker off right now. Where are you going? Where the fuck do you think you're going? Think you're gonna go get healed? I don't.
Enemy is here.
Where are you going? Well, that's 2 levels that I've gained through here really quickly. And I mean, you can use whatever weapon you want. The reason why I'm using the Pestilence, and I think you know why I'm using the Pestilence, is because it's giving me that bleed over time, and it's a pretty decently strong one too. That's why I'm using it. I mean, I could use a different gun.
Rogue striker drone detected.
But, I mean, that's up to you. You want to use a different weapon, that's up to you. I could use the Eagle Bearer. I mean, I could use just about anything.
EMP jammer detected nearby.
Oh, there's a thing right here.
System malfunctioning. Activated.
Alright, now the fun begins. Survive the drone ambush. Okay, that's not going to be a problem. I'm sorry, are you dead? And that's the end of that. Now I can switch this. Put this bad boy on instead. It's not going to be as good though. I mean, it might hit hard. It's going to hit hard, but
Weapons are free.
it's not going to be like...
Arrows outbound. Keep your eyes open. Over here. Engaging. Coming up on the flank.
That's aggressive. Oh, great. God damn it, my goddamn controller died. That's okay, I got 2 more. Whoops. In the moment when your controller dies. Luckily, I have 2 other ones that are charged up. And so that's quite okay. Now, I'm just thinking, Imagine if you could well, not imagine, just do it, but you get those stacks up and then start using the Scorpio. Like the Scorpio at 100 stacks. Oh my god. See, I noticed that there was hazard protection on that one. I noticed there was hazard protection on one of those pieces, on the Seska pieces that I was targeting, so I picked it up.
Agent in need of.
Like the Scorpio seems to really hit hard with this build. I don't know why, but it just does. And it doesn't really need many stacks to hit hard. So that's why I said, imagine if I can get this thing to get it to 100 stacks real quick and then switch over to the Scorpio. It's gonna rip through anything really quick.
Got something.
I need, yeah, I need a rusher.
They're right here.
100 stacks. Not as much as I wanted it to be. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh, fuck.
Serious trauma detected.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Don't need a shield. Yet again, you don't need a shield. You don't need a shield to fucking kill shit and survive. That's a myth. Oh. Dark zone key. I don't really use dark zone keys anyways. I just go rogue and break the container open. Why I don't need to really do that.
Hostage situation nearby.
All I need.
Destroy it!
Immediate medical assistance needed. Hostage health is critical.
Great. Is he down? Oh, he is too. I gotta get him up. Fuck, I gotta get him up. Get the fuck out of there, dumbass. I just saved your life, buddy. I think you owe me a lot.
System disrupted. System powered.
Shit. Nice. I'm just trying some crazy shit here as usual.
My sights. No time for that!
Oh, shit. That's okay. I brought backup. It's because I'm using two shotties.
I need you places.
Yeah. So, that's how I like to use Striker. Because when you get close, when you get really close to somebody and you're using the rock and roll and you're using Striker, oh boy, good night for them. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's good night quick. If that would have been a human that I was blasting on, no, that robot, if that would have been a human, they would have been dead so quick. Especially if I was already sitting at 100 stacks like that, it would have been all over. It wouldn't have mattered which shotgun I pulled out. I just wish that, I just wish they'd bring that back for the striker. The old striker. The old striker was really cool. The old striker had like a little heel. It wasn't that, like, at first it was ridiculous, but when they fixed it, it was pretty decent. But I wish they'd bring that heel back for the striker. That was cool. I also wish that they would bring the 5 and 6 piece bonuses back as well. I can hear the robot up here. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna deal with you in a second, motherfucker. Where'd you go? Night night. Now I'm just thinking, imagine if I was using my yellow striker with this build right now. I would have tore that robot open so bad. Like, he would have died so much quicker. And the reason why he would have is because I would have used the capacitor as my primary weapon, and then I would use that. I just use the rock and roll. The rock and roll can kill people still. I'm using the rock and roll as a dummy gun though. It's my, if I need 100 stacks really quick, I just swap to that really quick. And I can also use it if I need to use it as an offensive weapon. It'll still work good. Especially if somebody's dumb enough to get close to you. I mean, if you rush somebody and they have the rock and roll and they're at 100 stacks, that thing is gonna it's gonna pound. Regardless. I think it's one of those guns that's just underrated, really. You gotta keep in mind that I'm not using a full DPS build. I'm using armored. And I have armor regen on these 3 pieces, not this one, but these 3, these 2 and this. Plus I'm fully stacked, so I get 3% from this as well. Like I said, I wouldn't use this in conflict because this backpack is just, I'm not even using gunner for fuck's sakes. I should be using gunner, sorry. Normally I would. If I was PvP and I wouldn't be using gunner at all, I'd be using technician. And the reason why I would use technician is, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Because people use shields, right? Technician is really good against shields because you get a bonus that will help you break that shield quicker. Because it gives you 12% bonus to robotics and skills and proxies. So, basically shields. Shields would be part of the robotic part. So, that's why in PvP I would use technician. I use technician on all my builds when I go in the dark zone or I go into conflict. Because I know that, like I said, 99.9% of the people I face are running a shield. And I know that there's some people out there that probably are in this stream that probably use shields as well. And I'm going to say this because I think that I'm right on this. The reason why you're using that shield is because you don't want to get killed by that same thing. So you think that you need to use that shield in order to fight these guys that are using it already. And that's not true. You can beat them. You don't need a shield. I know. I find shields are liabilities. Yes, you might put out a lot of DPS, but if somebody breaks your shield, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Your guy just flies backwards, right? He gets all staggered. And it's probably a good 2 seconds that he's staggered for, and you can't fight back during that short little time. You cannot fight back. It's something that I learned a long time ago, and I was like, wow. So that's a liability, in my opinion. Yes, it puts out good damage, but if somebody breaks your shield, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble, especially if they're using DPS as well. So one of the things that I always use in the Dark Zone is the Jammer Pulse. Or Conflict, I always like to use that. If I'm running a DPS build or an armored build, it's got some DPS to it. If I'm using a skill build, I don't even fucking care about a Jammer Pulse because you're not going to get close enough to me in the first place. I'm going to make sure that you don't get close enough to me. And that's where communication comes in, right? I see these teams, and even sometimes the teams are in the same clan. And I see that they're not, like, we did Conflict the other day, and it was me and one of my clanmates, and two other clanmates that weren't our clanmates, they were from another clan, and just me and my clanmate were talking to each other and coordinating and saying, you know, like, watch my back, blah, 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 you know, like, stuff like that. Guys coming from the left. But the other side of things, the two other guys that were on our team weren't fucking saying shit. Now, they could have been in a chat. I'm not going to say that they probably weren't communicating, but they didn't seem like they were. If they were communicating, it didn't look like they were. If they, you know how you can create a party and so that, you know, in-game doesn't hear you. That's probably what happened, but I don't know because they were still kind of all over the place. So, I don't know. Maybe they just had their microphones muted. Regardless, at the end of the match, I think we lost by like 2 or something like that. We were like, it was a really close match. And one of them finally got on the microphone and he's like bitching. And I'm like, dude, we've been talking on the microphone the whole match. And as you've seen, me and my clanmate, we're picking up your slack. Like, we're actually working as a team. You guys were all over the fucking place. You were over there and he was over there. I don't see any communication if he's over there and you're over there. Where's the communication? When you play Conflict, you've got to stick together. You can't... Everybody can't just go their own way and be Rambo. Because guess what happens? That's the team that I watch, and that's the team I watch lose. I've been on those teams many times where I go in by myself and I get 3 randos on my team, and I mean, sometimes you get some pretty good guys and they know how to communicate, but then there's a lot of times where you get guys where you're like scratching your head going, I don't know what's going on, because like that he's bitching on his microphone, but he's bitching at us on his microphone, but yet he's the one that's running in like a Rambo by himself. Like, what do you expect? Of course you're going to get killed. But don't blame me because you're a dumbass. It's not my fault. You can't fix stupid. At least I haven't found a way anyways. Unless somebody else knows how to fix it. But if I can't answer it, I don't think anybody else is going to be able to either.
System malfunctioning.
I can hear him. I can smell him.
System reactivated.
You smell that? Smell like shit.
Curtailed.
Right there.
System
All day.
System malfunctioning. System reactivated. System disrupted.
So they gotta be close. So you're not supposed to be able to do this during combat, but I'm gonna do it for a minute because I gotta check something real quick. And plus I want to switch out what I'm targeting. So I got the Seska that I wanted. Okay, and the other thing I think I wanted was Grupo. And I think it was a Grupo. No, I need striker gloves. That's what I need. I've been trying to get a certain roll on my striker gloves that I need to get, and I've been trying for a while to get them, and I just can't seem to get them. So, I'm not sure why they won't drop. I mean, usually when I target striker, I can get like most things drop, but those gloves, if they do drop, the gloves have never given me what I've actually wanted. So what I'm trying to get on these gloves, and I just think it's pretty straightforward, is I'm just trying to get armor regen on gloves, so I can screw around with it. But they won't drop that way. Like I can get any other piece. Like I can get any of these pieces. Like I got armor regen on that, and that's naturally on it. Uh, but the gloves, no. I can't seem to get them to drop on there. Like drop like that. I gotta check my phone for something too. Oh, where is it? Gotta check something real quick. Just want to make sure that somebody's not doing something dumb. 261. What's going on there? What's the date today? Let me see. Today's the 12th. Motherfucker. Really? Well, damn. If I had known she was doing that, I would have friggin' went out today and did that. Son of a... See what women do? You see what women do behind your back? They go and get a nice coffee, and they don't fucking tell you they're doing it, so I assumed I'm not gonna do it, because she's, I figured she didn't do it, so I was like, I better not get one, like go get one. But then I just looked on my bank account, and I just noticed that she did twice yesterday. I was like, excuse me? I didn't go out at all because I thought that, okay, I can't go out anyways right now because, well, I think what's today, Tuesday? Yeah, now I can, actually. I've been able to go out for a couple of days now, like since Friday or Thursday. No, Thursday. Since Thursday I've been able to go out. But my kids got COVID at the same time as I did because I believe one of them brought it home to me. But they have to quarantine for 10 days, and their 10 days is up today. So, I could technically do that if I wanted to. Because they're not vaccinated. Well, they're not old enough to get vaccinated. Sorry, let me rephrase that. So my 2-year-old got COVID, and my 4-year-old got COVID. You have to be 5 to get the vaccine. Unfortunately, her birthday is in August, so she's going to be getting it when she turns 5. Because it's scary shit. And we all got it. And it started with my daughter. She got it first. She brought it home from school, infected me with it first, and then of course I infected my wife, and then I also infected my son. I didn't know I had it. By the time I realized I had it, I had already infected both of them. Because I don't ever go anywhere without a mask. So that's how I narrowed this down to where it came from. It had to have, because I've been wearing a mask since COVID started, and I have never gotten COVID until recently. When they took the mask mandate away in school, that's when I got it. Because she brought it home to me, and she's the only one that I'm around that I don't mask. Because, you figure you're safe, but you're not. And that was, the first 48 hours of that was fucking brutal. and I'm triple vaxxed, so imagine if somebody got, like, they were lucky because they didn't get it too bad. But imagine somebody like an adult who's not vaccinated gets that. Like, I'm sorry, they could die. They're going to get it worse than I did. I'll tell you that. I mean, the vaccine kind of preps you for what it's going to feel like if you actually get it, but it's not really the same. When I actually got COVID, it was a lot different than the vaccine. Well, the symptoms were quite a bit stronger than they were ever thought of being on the vaccine, and I didn't get all the symptoms when I got the vaccine. I only got a sore arm. So I didn't really get to experience what what a lot of other people did. I just got a sore arm all 3 times.
Terminal in hostile control.
Let's see where these shotgunners are. Oh, they'll just... Ah, shotgunner. Fuck off.
Agent vital signs.
Because of that friggin' grenade that hit me initially. Good.
Rogue agent detected.
Yeah, so... I don't understand why they're rushing this mandate to come off. Especially with the people that haven't gotten vaccinated, because it's going to make it worse. We are already, I'm like the province that I'm in Canada, we are already stressing our hospital right now, since the mask mandate ended. Our hospital is overwhelmed right now. They're almost at the breaking point with all these infections that are happening. It's almost like the government's like, screw it. Yeah, no, that's what I was doing. I was taking, so what I was doing is I was taking vitamin D and zinc and vitamin C, obviously. Those three were really good at getting rid of the worst of it. And summertime is a good time because if you go outside, you'll get lots of vitamin D, right? Because you'll get it from the sun. So that'll help out too. Because I was looking at a study they did. This was about maybe a year and a half or so ago. And they found that if your vitamin D level was where it should be, COVID really didn't, like the chances of you getting a severe version of it were quite a bit lower because of the vitamin D and what it does. Right? And zinc also played a key factor in there as well as vitamin C. So it pays to make sure that your levels are not low, but don't overdo it, right? Obviously, but you want to make sure that you're regularly getting your vitamin D, especially now because COVID. It works good against COVID. They're not sure why, but. Well, I mean, they have a good idea of why, but they're not 100% sure on it. Because they did some big test where they had like, oops. They had a group of people that were, where the fuck is that? They had a group of people that were not taking it, and then they had the group that was taking it, and they found a significant difference with the group that took it. I need to switch to my other gun.
another decoy.
Listen, ho.
Damn it!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why summertime's the best time, right? Because you'll get the most out of that. I don't want to fight these guys right now. I need to get my regular weapons anyways. I would have killed these guys a lot sooner if I would have had the right weapons. Because they're a little bit different than your average Joe when it comes to fighting them. They seem to have a lot more armor than your usual yellows. Yeah, vitamin D is your best sources outside. And you know, because we've been under lockdown, everybody's too scared to walk outside. And what I mean by that is you do have a backyard still. If you're, you know what I mean? If there's a mandatory lockdown where you can't leave your house, you can't go out of your house in the sense that you can't like walk down the street, you still have a backyard you can walk into. They can't stop you from that. As long as you don't fucking sneak out, and they can't stop you from doing that. That's what I did during COVID. Just fucking went outside, got some sun, lots of vitamin D. It's funny because everybody was panicking, and when everybody was panicking, I just kind of chilled and was like, you know, just gonna be careful. You don't have to be retarded. You don't have to panic buy. Because people were panic buying. I don't know if you remember that, but the fucking toilet paper situation was ridiculous. People were buying it up. I'm like, so when you're hungry, because you have no food, but you got lots of toilet paper, you're gonna have to eat that, I guess. Like, are you suddenly gonna shit more because of the pandemic? Like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure this. I was trying to figure it out at the time, right? I know they're panic buying like massive amounts of toilet paper, and then some people were taking advantage of it, and they were selling toilet paper for like 10 times the price it should be. And but we don't panic buy, but we stock up, right? Like every so often we'll grab another thing of something and just throw it in the basement here in the storage. So we wasn't a big issue for us. So we don't panic buy. I wanted to make sure that I always have a full freezer, so it doesn't matter. And I recently upgraded the freezer, so it's got a lot more space, and it's full. So I think the most important thing is to make sure you have fucking food and water. Because, you know, toilet paper, you can go au natural outside, so if you had to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we don't know what we're doing. Well, they didn't have toilet paper. They didn't always have toilet paper. Just make sure that it's not red. Okay, or you're gonna have an itchy ass. Yeah. Just don't, if it's got a red stem, I wouldn't recommend wiping your ass with it, because you might get an itchy ass, and that might be a problem. If you're trying to go to sleep at night and you're sitting there going, my ass is itchy. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. And you probably won't notice it right away, so if you touch your arms afterwards, you know, even if you wash your hands, it could still be on there, and you touch your arms, and it spreads, so yeah. But yeah, people were panic buying everything. Water was going, like, people were buying like 10, 12 cases of water. I'm like, holy shit. That's a little ridiculous. I mean, shit, we're gonna always have water. During a pandemic, they're still gonna, you know what I mean? Like, stuff was still being shipped. It might have been reduced, but it was definitely still getting shipped. And nothing, no, we never, like, the stores here never ran out of anything. Except for toilet paper, because, you know, people were mass buying it, right? Toilet paper was the first thing empty on the shelves in the fucking grocery stores. People were buying it. I'm not even kidding you. Like it was going out of style. And that's why I made the joke. I was like, so when you're starving and all you have all this toilet paper, I mean, enjoy, right? You're hungry, I guess you're gonna have to eat a roll of toilet paper. Yeah, come on over to my house. I got like, you know, fucking 50 things of toilet paper. I got no food. Yeah, no. That's not my style. We kind of laughed at each other actually when we saw this on the news of people doing that. I was like, wow. I mean, it didn't surprise me, but still. Let's see what I can do. Oh yeah, I wanted I'm just watching to see what she's I just sent her a message saying, no, you know, we might go out and get some TP with salt and pepper, yeah. That's kind of what I was doing. I've made a big joke about that. I was like, that's not my first priority in a situation like that. My first situation is to just buy normal things, but make sure I have food. You don't have to overstock. We regularly buy, or you know, like we like to keep stocked up in the freezer and stuff. And I built shelves in the basement where I put canned goods and stuff, uh, jars of stuff. I've got all kinds of stuff. Like it's just I want to make sure I have food. If anything does like you know fucking hit the fan, at least I know I have stuff that's preserved and I can eat it. I don't have to worry about it going bad. Canned goods do go bad, but I mean if I've got jarred stuff that won't go bad. As long as the jar is not opened, that is. So when I went to chef school, we learned a lot of stuff, and one of the first things we learned was jarring stuff up and stuff properly, and canning and stuff. You can can your own stuff too. It's just a pain in the ass. The jarring thing is much better, mainly because it's glass, and you don't get that little taste in it. Yeah, for sure. Don't get in trouble for not working. I'm gonna get off here as well because I gotta get some stuff done myself because I have a feeling somebody's gonna be home earlier than they need to be, but I know that's gonna happen. I had a kid that was sleeping with me last night because her mummy wasn't home. I woke up to a kid squashed into me in the morning in my bed. I was like, what the hell? like when I went to bed, I was by myself, you know. And then I wake up with a kid in bed. My first reaction when I open my eyes is, what the hell are you doing in here? I might as well put myself in DZ before I do. Or DC before before I get off. So one thing I didn't know about this is when you do these streams, if you you can only do three. You can only do three. Like you can do three things. You can either put a video out, That counts as one notification. So you get 3 notifications a day, right? After 3, if I did 4 streams in a day, only 3 of those notifications would actually go out. The 4th time I did something, nobody would even know.
Looking good, Agent.
Someday I'm gonna retire. Move out to the middle of nowhere. Take up some bird watching.
Move out to the middle of nowhere and do some bird watching. Ooh. So, what I would love to see them do if they're gonna do if they're gonna do anything in the future after this stuff they're dropping. I'd like to see them make a legendary world, so that you had the option to go a little bit higher than heroic. Like you could have your world your world could actually be legendary instead of heroic. Heroic's pretty good. I mean, but once you acquire good sets and stuff and good gear, it's like playing it on medium, so to speak. Don't get me wrong, you can still get killed by NPCs in heroic, but it's unlikely for the most part, unless you get swarmed by like 20 of them, and you're squishy as hell. Which, before I leave, reminds me I want to make sure that I put that on so that when I come back I can play around with this. Because I'm using Demolitionist because I forgot to switch it back to this. Oh, and when you're with a group of people in the dark zone, I would highly recommend that somebody in your group should always be running Gunner. And the reason why is he's gonna give people ammo every so often. It's good to have. I use Gunner in PvE because of the armor on kill thing. I do sometimes use it in PvP if I want to be annoying, because I just use the shock trap trick I learned not long ago. That works on people as well. Actually, I was fighting 2 people the other day, and I threw one out, and they ran into it and totally healed me all the way back up. In which, they did it twice, actually. I was able to shock them a second time and heal again. Alright guys, I am going to get off here for now, but I'll be back probably tonight, because I got a bunch of stuff to get done. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, all that nice stuff, and yeah.